So if there is one thing I think we can all see, it's that the 2024 NBA rookie class is off to a rocky start. And just busts everywhere. Not really, but I mean it's crazy if you really think about it. Who would have predicted this is how things started off? You know, some of the top candidates for Rookie of the Year weren't even lottery picks. Some of the top players in the past draft aren't even getting minutes, and you know, it's just been a bit all over the place. However, today we got one specific player to talk about, you know, the second pick in this past draft, and somebody that the Washington Wizards believe they could truly use to help rebuild and restore the drought their franchise has been in since Bradley Beal got up out of there. You know, Alex Sarr, the 7-foot forward that was in many discussions to damn near be the first pick. But looking at things now, about 20-ish games into his NBA career, this player who the Wizards pretty much knew to be a fairly raw prospect, who they basically picked up as a project player in hopes of becoming a star one day, may just end up taking longer than expected, because truth be told, Brody has not been hooping. And you know, being that they picked him up from overseas after he played pro in Australia, it's fair to say that he was expected to be doing more than he is right now. So yeah, in today's video, we're basically going to discuss what's going on with Alex Sarr, why his NBA career has started off this way, and you know, we'll talk about how far he really is from becoming the player Wizards fans want, and I mean, they damn near need him to be if they're going to turn things around anytime soon. So yeah, bro, y'all go ahead and let me know in the comments, man. What do y'all think of Alex Sarr thus far this season? Do you think he still has a chance at Rookie of the Year? Why not? Yeah, man, really quick before we go any further, what's up YouTube? Plug Speaks back with another video. If you're new, first of all, welcome. Go ahead and sub. Also like the video if you enjoy. I upload quality basketball content and we're on the grind for 5K, so I'd most def appreciate it. Appreciate every single viewer. But yeah, man, back to the vid though. Whenever I'm talking about this kind of thing with a player not really hooping like people thought they would, I like to level set on the expectations they even had ahead of the season. You know, it only makes sense, you feel me? Because, I mean, let's be real. Yeah, he was the second pick, but no one was out here saying Alex Sarr is going to be the next Wembanyama. You know, I know they both from France, but nah, nobody was saying that. If anything, I think it's pretty fair to agree on the fact that people looked at him like a project type of player. You know, someone the Wizards coaches hope to develop. Then in about 2 to 3 years, he's the kind of guy who put on a level where he's on the cusp of maybe being an all-star. Or at least, ideally, that's how I look at Alex Sarr. Because you see, ahead of the 2024 NBA draft, I remember the main thing Alex had going for him as far as draft stock was the fact that his skills are so versatile for his size. Being that he's practically a giant at 7 foot, his ability to bring the ball up the court, you know, act as a playmaker, read the defense and whatnot was all very impressive to scouts. They loved it because, of course, all of those skills were in addition to some of his default abilities he's got just because he's big, you know, like possessing the size and wingspan needed to have a strong defensive presence, or also just having the size needed to play bully ball in the paint if needed. You know, I know he's not huge, but he's tall, and against a smaller opponent, you're getting cooked every time. So yeah, he had a lot of characteristics that made him seem like a safe pick. So much so that even after his rocky performance in Summer League, the Wizards head coach Brian Keefe still went on record giving Alex praise and highlighted exactly what they see in him potential-wise. As y'all can see in this quote, he basically just said that they like his chances at becoming a solid 3-level scorer at some point, but they really like his ability to read the game, play make, find opportunities for his teammates, in addition to himself and all that good stuff. And yeah, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but all of this sounds amazing. Come on now. You hear something like this about the guy that was the second overall pick, and all of a sudden I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman and expecting the guy to go out there and at least show flashes of the potential coach spoke to. And while I'd be straight up capping to say that Alex hasn't shown any flashes, the fact of the matter is there's been some, but for the most part, it's not adding up. You know, in the 20-ish games he's played, he's putting up 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists on 38% shooting from the field and 25% shooting from 3. Let's keep it real. That's a stat line that doesn't look good on anybody, but damn sure not if you were the second overall pick. And while it's true that numbers are not everything, there's a couple of things I've seen when watching Alex Sarr play this season that line up with how his numbers look on a game-to-game basis. So yeah, let's get into it. For one, offensively, can someone please help me? Hey, Boston Richard, help me understand why this 7-footer who did not enter the NBA known for his three-point shooting ability is getting up 4 3-point attempts per game. Like, sheesh, it's definitely a great thing when, you know, bigger players are able to diversify their scoring and even go as far to be effective stretch bigs with how much they open the floor with their shooting ability. But please, we don't gotta force it. And it's kind of ironic because for a big, Alex Sarr's shooting form is kind of nice, but the results are not there. And bear in mind what I said earlier, Sarr hadn't even really shown this to be in his bag even before the NBA. Last year when he played for the Perth Wildcats, he attempted 2 threes a game and shot just barely under 30%. So I really don't understand what has led to such a focus on three-point shooting for him this season. Maybe it's the coaches encouraging him to play this way, I don't know. But yeah. Now, to his credit, he has had one game where he dropped 20 points with 4 threes versus the Bulls. But that was one time in a game they lost by 20. So, yeah, man, I say all this to highlight the fact that at this point in his career, he would just benefit more from playing to his strengths when it comes to scoring. You know, taking the easy dunks, laying the ball up over smaller defenders, and then maybe even the occasional mid-range jumper, considering he does have a nice jump shot. That is where a guy like Sarr can make his money, and being that he's just a rookie. But anyway, moving on here, it's not all doom and gloom. I have noticed that Sarr has found some success when he leans into his defensive capabilities and takes the liberty to even play make, especially in transition. You see, an impressive game he had earlier this season was versus the Heat. He dropped 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 assists on some efficient shooting. And his matchup was none other than Bam Adebayo. You know, not an easy task for a rookie by any measure, and that was made clear in the fact that, Bam went off for a 30-point double-double in that game. However, it was still a good game from Sarr because 2 of his 4 blocks actually came against Bam and Jimmy Butler. He even scored against Bam a couple times that night, basically showing that in spurts he does possess the capabilities to maybe not go tick for tat at this point in his career. However, down the line, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a I understand it now moment and really begins to start cooking up. So yeah, man. But with that being said, I'm not going to stretch this video out too long. The point of this video was not to hound on this fool, but more so acknowledge what's going on and highlight what's been working for him and what actually isn't. So yeah, you know, I'm aware Sarr has already received plenty of hate from his meme-worthy performances in some league. Damn, when you drop 0 points on 0 for 13 shooting as a 7-footer, I'm sorry, you're gonna get memed. But beyond that, I do see the upside in this game, and I will be staying tuned in this development. So yeah, bro, y'all go ahead and let me know in the comments, man. What have you seen in Sarr's performance that you have liked? What do you feel that he's lacking? Does he have any chance at Rookie of the Year? And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all watching, bro. Like this, sub, share, sub if new, all of that. And I'm out.